Hope you're having a great day so far. Today is November 11th, Wednesday. On this post, we're going to be talking about the overall crypto markets, as well as diving into some of the charts for Uniswap, UNIUSD. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my bullish and bearish case scenarios, as well as the short-term price prediction for this market, according to what I'm seeing on the charts. If you guys are watching me on TradingView, do follow me. If you guys are watching me on YouTube, do subscribe, as I'll be keeping you guys updated on the latest crypto setups on my watches, regardless if it's a good day or a bad day. If you guys do want to support me and don't already have a WeBull brokerage account, you guys can use my referral link down below. They're still giving away 3 free stocks upon successful sign up and a qualifying deposit, and I will also receive a referral bonus if you sign up under me. Please do also read my disclaimer below, as I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. I cannot tell you the future. I'm purely sharing my own speculations and opinions on this market, and you should always do your own due diligence before trading or investing. If you guys have any questions or comments, please only leave them in the comment section below. I will not get to all the messages in my inbox, but let me know what you guys are trading, symbols you guys are following. I can see if I can share my opinions and analysis on those symbols. Now let's take a look at what exactly is going on in the markets. First, I like to look at Bitcoin dominance, see where exactly the money is flowing into or out of. Is it flowing into or out of Bitcoin or altcoins or neither? Currently, we do still have Bitcoin dominance about 65%, gaining slightly from yesterday, but not much has changed. But if you actually look at the breakdown of Bitcoin dominance, you guys can see that Bitcoin is actually making more of a move today, up about 2.5% relative to altcoins. Okay, Bitcoin is gaining relative higher than altcoins today. So Bitcoin, like I said, is still running in an ascending triangle pattern apparent on the 1 hour chart, and of course on the daily chart as well. We're going to see if Bitcoin can actually break that bullish pattern to the upside. The immediate resistance seems to be about 16K. So I am going to be keeping an eye out on Bitcoin, because that will affect how I trade altcoins. Now let's take a look in total altcoin market cap, total 2, currently up about 1.25% at about $156 billion. Currently, we are still very well above that level I've been talking about, which is the weekly 21 simple moving average, over and over again. As long as we are still above that weekly 21 moving average, we are still on a macro uptrend. But please do note that just because we're on an uptrend doesn't mean that we're not going to get those crazy pullbacks. 10-20% pullbacks, still very common. So just keep that in mind. Just because we're on an uptrend does not mean those big pullbacks are not going to happen. They will happen. So now let's take a look at Uniswap, UniUSD. First things first, I like to take a look if what trend we are in for the specific chart. So what I like to do is going to the highest time frames, working my way down to the lower time frames. I like to take a look at daily, 3-day, weekly, and monthly time frames, see where exactly we are at on these major time frames. On the monthly, since Uniswap is still very young in terms of trading history, we don't really have a moving average that I use to measure what trend we are at. But I do see that on this month's candle already, we do have quite a bit of significant volume, and it has been about a third of the month. If we compare it to the previous red candle right here, we've already made up for about half of last month's candle with this bullish candle. So if this trend continues, I could still say that on a macro level, on the monthly time frame, we are on an uptrend. Now let's work our way down to a lower time frame, such as the weekly. Now on the weekly, it is apparent that we can see that a falling wedge has formed. Okay, so I have mentioned this previously, and I said the measured target of the breakout of this pattern is at about 4.7. So right up to about the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, we're going to see if it gets there, because like I said, the measured target does not guarantee that the price action will get there. It's basically theory, and we're going to see if it does exactly that, and if we're actually able to actually get towards the measured target of about 4.7. Now let's take a closer look, because we still don't have a moving average that I use to measure what trend we are on here, but it looks more likely that we are on a reversal since the sell-off back here. Now on the 3-day, we still don't have a moving average. That's what happens when Uniswap have a very young trading history. but it is more apparent that we are seeing a more clear reversal, but we need to confirm that. Now let's take a look at the daily time frame where we do have some moving averages. Okay, so on the daily time frame, we do have the moving average of 21 simple moving average that we have just gone right back above on, which is the blue line right here, which we had not even been able to close since the downtrend. So this is pretty significant because since the downtrend right here, this is the divide between a downtrend and an uptrend. If we can actually stay above this moving average, then of course I'm going to be very bullish on Uniswap. But it's given that we have to stay above this daily 21 simple moving average. Now, the bullish case scenario, now that we can take a look, now that we kind of acknowledge what trend we are in, we are in reversal because the next moving average that we have to get above on is the daily 50 moving average, which is the white line, and we are basically immediately under at about 3.25 here. So we have gotten rejected at about that level yesterday. And if we can actually get above this moving average right here, then we would be above all moving averages at least available on the larger time frames that I use and according to the moving averages that I use. Okay, so if we can actually get above this 50 moving average, stay above it, that would be even better and a more of a confirmation. And actually for this 21 simple to actually cross over the 50 moving average, then it is much more apparent that we are on an uptrend when we are above all moving averages, because then we can see that it is ready to make higher highs since it has locally bottomed. So bullish case scenario, we have to get above this daily 50 moving average, currently at about 3.25. That is the next level of resistance. Also, if given that we get above this daily 50 moving average at about 3.25, we also get above this Fibonacci retracement level. So that is two birds in one stone there. Now, if we actually get above this daily 50 moving average, I think the next level of major resistance is the next Fibonacci retracement level at about $4. Okay, so that would be very towards the measured target of about 4.7. Now, I would also like to consider and acknowledge the bearish case scenario because anything could happen at any time. I want to be prepared and have a risk management plan. The bearish case scenario, well, obviously, if we actually get a close back below this daily 21 simple moving average, and then I would think either the price action would get bounce off the falling wedge trend line right here, or actually get back into the pattern. That is less likely to happen. Not to say that it won't happen absolutely, but that is something less likely to happen because we had some we already have built some support here. So if we were to actually get ready for some lower price action, we do have to break this support first, in my opinion, because that's more often than not, once you get above a resistance, it is now support. So that is the bearish case scenario for us to actually get a daily candle close right back below the 21 simple moving average. And that is when I'll be a lot more cautious about where price action could be heading. So these are my two case scenarios for Uniswap in the short term. Please let me know if you guys found it helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you guys did. Leave me any feedback, comments, agreements, disagreements. I hope you guys manage your risk carefully, and see you next time.